lobsters were coming from and the science side of things. John and Brendan always more interested in where the lobsters went after they were caught, the business end of things. And so we all lobstered through middle school, high school, and when it came to going to college, I think it was kicking and screaming that our parents dragged us to put in applications. I think I gave my mother a heart attack a few times.
Dad wrote all my college applications. I can clearly admit to that right now. I didn't do it.
But ultimately, obviously, it was a really good decision and led to the development of Ready Seafood. I know Brendan has a few minutes here, so I'll let him give a little bit more of the background of the company, and then I can give you guys a tour through the whole facility, and we can circle back to the office over here and give you some more details.
What year y'all you guys?
Sophomores, juniors, and a couple seniors.
Oh, nice mix. Which class is this one for you?
Maine Maritime History.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Nice. I took that my sophomore year, but I took it before with Maggie Beal beforehand.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
It's still alive, doing well.
Good. I'm glad to hear it. Good stuff, guys. Yeah, like I said, Kurt and I, it was too many years ago that we were in high school, but it's needless to say. But I definitely took Maine Maritime History as a course, for sure. Good variety of people. So this is basically, guys, when you look at this facility here, lobstering, which you guys all know growing up here in Cape Elizabeth, it's been around for centuries. People have been doing it. So you probably learned that you have that lobsters originally were, first they were sold, or they were used for prisoners for food. You guys know that? You guys probably saw that. Well, over time, if you look at the way technology changes, then they found out that lobsters was really good for canning lobsters. So all the lobsters were getting accumulated and shipped down these big boats, and they were getting sent down to Boston where all these canneries are processed. Lobsters were actually cheaper than baked beans, canned lobster. And they found lobster could can really well, so it could travel all across the country, all the way out to California. And protein is precious. Eventually, people started to come to Maine, so you got people like the Rockefellers that came, these very wealthy families come to Maine, and it was a great place to vacation, and they got the chance to eat lobsters, and they said, holy crap, this doesn't taste like it came from a can. This is incredible. And that's kind of how it happened, and people find ways to develop technology to be able to get what we take for granted in our backyard lobsters, but people all across the country and the world only knew it as a canned food. So that's how you try to incorporate technology. In this place here, last year we sold 15 million pounds of lobsters live all over the world. These lobsters get sold into over 36 different countries, and I've had the chance the past 10 years to go travel the entire world, everywhere, and I get to see people crack open the lobsters that we caught here right off Cape Elizabeth. So it's pretty cool to watch. So I got to travel all throughout Europe, all throughout the Middle East, all throughout Asia, and it's kind of a fun experience. And like I said, I was literally in the same position as you guys. I don't know how many years ago that was, class of 2000, so way too many years ago. But you gotta, like anything, you gotta use technology, think differently. So our infrastructure here is all based on temperatures. It's like a giant aquarium. It's like going to the Boston Aquarium, except it's full of lobsters. This facility holds about 300,000 pounds of lobsters at a time, all temperature controlled, because we're all cold-blooded. The only way to get our lobsters to China is to get them down to a core temperature of 40 degrees Fahrenheit or below, so they use less oxygen, and then we can get them packed out, which the guys and girls are doing. And we fly them over every night, and customers take them, and then they're going all through different restaurant chains everywhere they go. So this is a piece of our business. Another piece is in Scarborough, which Kurt can touch on. But what we try to do differently is think differently. So Kurt's developing new technology, different ways to work with different professors, universities, to try to create ways to keep the lobsters alive longer and actually to get their shells stronger. So it sounds crazy, but all lobsters aren't created equal. There's a huge price difference of what the company can make based off the quality level of a lobster. A small percentage point of how much protein is inside of that lobster, which dictates its strength. Basically what it is like somebody going to the gym, somebody not going to the gym. You can get basically all jacked up, and that all jacked up lobster is worth a lot more money than the couch potato. that's a simple way.
Yeah.
But it's accurate. And at certain times of year, we'll show you as we're walking through. We have two lobsters that look exactly the same. This one is worth $2 to $3 less than this one right here. And it's all based on shell quality and meat. So lobsters, in order to grow, have to molt. Every year when they're about a pound and up, they molt their shell, start with a new shell that's very, very soft, paper thin, like the thickness of a sweatshirt right here. When you catch a lobster like that, it can't even support itself. You could put that lobster in a box and ship it to Shanghai, but it won't get there alive. And most of our customers, actually none of our customers want dead lobsters.
Right.
But if you were to take a hard shell lobster that was later on in that molt cycle and hardened up its shell, put that lobster in a box, sent it to Shanghai, it's worth its weight in gold, essentially. So different lobsters are worth different amounts of money, and that's where we spend a lot of time rating our lobsters into different sizes and shell qualities. And like Brendan said, we're putting a lot of effort into a research program looking at ways to improve the quality of our lobsters so that we can capture more of that value.
Now, to what degree, the other guest speaker these guys had was Annie Salikas, who I think is Maine Lobstermen's Association now.
Main dealers, yeah.
So she spoke to us on the eve of her trip to Europe, and I don't know where she went after that. Do you guys work in conjunction with her about?
Sure.
Yeah.
Andy's on the Cape Line. I was just talking with her this morning. So it's a small world.
Yeah.
You guys will learn too. It's a very small world. Keep your connections close because everybody you know now will be very valuable later in life. It's hard to believe, but it is really true.
So she's basically out there trying to develop new markets or strengthen the existing markets you have for lobster in Europe?
Like any industry, so she's working with the Maine Lobster Dealers Association, so there's strength in numbers with any industry. So when you can get strength of people marketing lobsters in a group or room together, all towards a common goal with a common marketing message, it provides a lot of strength to the industry. So she tries to unite companies like us and maybe competitors together to have a strong central marketing message to different countries to try to push our product. Always expanding the business, always trying to think a little bit differently. And with Annie, it's a good segue. Last year, I think it was Professor Donahue from Colby College did an economic impact study showing over $1 billion of economic value that just Homerus americanus lobsters provides to the state of Maine. $1 billion is a lot of money. So, and it's changed compared to what that was when you go back, 100 years ago, and we talk prisoner food. When you look around from a food source, this is one of the last wild-caught proteins that's proven to be sustainable in the world, which actually catch levels increased over the past 20 years. So it's a really special industry, the way we harvest, the way we protect, and you got to get that message to customers. And people around the world really appreciate it. And that appreciation, unfortunately, would be nullified if you can't create technology and methods to get a product to a consumer so they can handle it the same way that we do.
We grew up lobstering, so we understand all the work, all the effort that goes in not only to catching the lobster, but conserving that resource. And I don't know how much you guys have talked about harvesting methods and all the measures that go into determining whether a lobster is legal.
We did a nice contrast between what the ground fishing industry is going through and you guys and how you preserve your resource.
Yeah. We're really unique worldwide in the Maine lobster fishery. The fishery we have right in our backyard, right off the coast of Cape Elizabeth. It's one of the most sustainable fisheries in the entire world. And it's all because of rules and regulations that were mostly put in place by harvesters themselves. Brendan talked about the cannery market. And back in the early 1900s, lobster basically kept everything that came up in their traps. Big, small, whatever. And they all went into the cannery market. Fishery, most people don't know this, but the fishery actually crashed in the early 1900s. There was a big population decline. Out of that decline came rules and regulations that we still use today. We have a minimum size. When lobsters are smaller than 3 1/4 inch carapace length, they go back into the ocean. We also have a maximum size. A lot of people are surprised by this. If lobsters are bigger than 5 inches carapace length, they also go back because those are the breeders. Those are the lobsters that are going to sustain the next generation of lobsters and lobster harvesters. A 1-pound lobster, a 1-pound female lobster can hold upwards of 10,000 eggs. A 5-pound female lobster can hold upwards of 100,000 eggs. So an order of magnitude difference. So you get a sense of why we're protecting those bigger lobsters. harvester catches a lobster with eggs on its tail, and this is one advantage that we as a lobster fishery has. When a female lobster is pregnant, we can actually tell. You look underneath it, you can see all those eggs. Whereas a fish caught in a trawl net, those eggs are internal. You don't know if you're catching spawning fish or not. Ultimately, a lot of those guys figured out that with spawning aggregations of fish, that's a good time to drag a net to them because they're pretty dense aggregations. But with lobster, we have that advantage. We can protect the broodstock population. So all those egg lobsters go back. When we catch one, before we throw it back, we put a bean on one of its tail flippers. And that means if another lobster man or woman catches that lobster, regardless of whether or not it has eggs, it goes back in the water if it has that bean on it. So we have a very, very sustainable fishery here in Maine. And we're very proud of that. And ultimately, the majority of harvesters out there are very proud of that. If you ask them what they're proud of most of the fishery, is that it's a sustainable fishery. A lot of the older guys like to say, we were conservation before conservation was cool. We're going back generations and generations and we're talking about this. So it's really a unique fishery. There's a lot of pride involved. And that's why we're proud to get this resource out all corners of the globe. When Brandon talks about or Asia, or the Middle East, that's not something that has been going on for generations. That's markets that have developed within the past 20 to 30, and when we're talking about the Asian market, the last 5 to 10 years.
Wow.
I mean, I think it was in 2010, there was less than 100,000 pounds of lobsters that were shipped from Maine into China. A week in February this past year, Ready Seafood alone shipped over 700,000 pounds of lobster over the course of 6 days into China for Chinese New Year.
As you guys walk through and look, I would like to look at it this way. This simple little crustacean that you're going to see, which represents a lot. So for our company, again, 16 years ago, 17 years ago, standing like you guys, the company now has about 250 employees and does about 130 million in revenue just from that little crustacean. Kind of crazy. Supports a lot of people.
Yeah.
It creates a fun team here. So as you guys walk through and talk with Curt a little bit, just think of that. I mean, I don't know how many years. It seems like a long time. They go really quick every year as you get older.
Flies by.
It's crazy. It really does.
It seems like yesterday that we were standing in your shoes.
Yeah.
Probably hear that from a lot of people, but it is crazy. But it's a lot of revenue generation. But Curt will walk you through. You can see the tanks. Questions. I'll be in the office when you guys circle back. I'll be in there.
Yep.
Sound good?
All right. Thanks, Brendan.